Hey YouTube, Revolution 2024 here, and this is my second video today, hence the reason I'm wearing the same outfit and the reason that they will be up at about the same time. But I have ran into a plethora of information that really got me pissed off today, and I have a lot to talk about. In my previous video I talked about Obama's healthcare reform. Now we're going to talk about military spending, and I'm going to give you some quick statistics that I found that are scary as hell. The 2008, this is off of the 2008 military budget. I will post a link to the website that I found this on whichever site it is, but the United States military budget was $711 billion. That is a shit ton of money to spend on office supplies. That's 48% of the total military spending in the entire world. This is more than the next 46 highest spending countries combined. That is, add them together. For those of you that don't know what combined means, you add all of their spending together, and we have still spent more than the next 46 countries. Number 2 on the list is China. We spend 5.8 times as much as them. Russia is number 3. We spend 10.2 times as much as them. And our favorite enemy that we seem to hate so much, Iran, we spend 98.6 times as much money on our military as Iran. Why the fuck are people scared about the other countries attacking us if we are spending this much more money than them, unless the money is being wasted? 55 times as much as the spending of Cuba, Iran, Libya, North Korea, Sudan, however you pronounce that, and Syria. They spend a total of $13 billion overall. We spend 55 times as much as them. The United States and our strongest allies in NATO they represent 72% of the world's total military spending. 72% of the total spending. Why are we scared? Because the Republicans are fearmongers that like to keep us in fear, and they will lie about anything. Mr. Bush. The 6 potential enemies that we have, plus Russia and China, make up only 29% of the entire United States budget. Not of the world, but of the entire United States budget. You add 6 plus 2 big countries, that's 8 countries total. They only make up 29% of the United States military budget. It's like $205 billion. On another website I found, I don't even remember what this website was. I'll have to find it again to post it for you, because there was so much idiocracy on it that it made me want to blow my brains out the back of my fucking skull. This is something about the Obama demanded that the DoD cut its budget by 10% for the fiscal year 2010. This amounts to $55 billion. If we're spending this much more than all these other countries, why the hell is it going to hurt us to cut our budget? They're still getting funded. They're still getting all the money they fucking need. They just need to stop buying all the fucking office supplies. It says, while Obama wants to cut funding to the military, he would like to spend nearly $1 trillion on domestic issues. And your problem with this is, rather than spending the money on what we're already blowing our money on, you would rather spend it on our country? That's actually a new concept, so no wonder he doesn't get it. People would rather spend money on the other countries and forget about us and wonder why we have so many starving people on the streets and why everybody here is pissed off. And then we wonder why everybody else is pissed off because we're spending all our money over there to make them exactly what we want to be like here when we're not even what we want to be like here. This is considered reckless. Reckless is the word this guy uses. I don't even know his name. As the U.S. is fighting a major campaign to defeat the Taliban in Afghanistan. But we're pulling troops out of Iraq to put in, or well, we're not pulling them out to put in Afghanistan, but we're putting more troops in Afghanistan, pulling troops out of Iraq. I see this as balancing out, and don't really see where he gets reckless here. Obama is willing to spend on practically everything else. Why has he decided to skimp on national defense? He hasn't skimped on national defense. He has cut $55 billion out of the $711 billion budget. Well, let's think about this. 55 billion is 10% of 550 billion. So we'll say 550 billion. 55 billion out of a $550 billion budget, you're still left for $495 billion. Gee, I don't know what the hell I would do with all that. One reason for this shift in Obama's one reason for this is the shift in Obama's foreign policy from Bush's. And this is where it gets good. Bush used the military as a tool of domestic policy. Bush used the military as a tool to redeem his daddy's fucking masculinity crisis, where he couldn't catch Saddam, so little baby Bush had to come and fix his daddy's fucking problems. Obama has chosen to focus more on diplomacy. Again, I ask, what is the problem with this? What is the problem with talking to people rather than bullying them around and making them hate us more than they already fucking do? The liberation of Iraq has created the first real democracy in the Arab world. I'm sorry, but you're wrong here. If you've watched my video on September 11th and how we destroyed the democracy in Iran, then you would know that Iran had a democracy beforehand and we replaced it with a fucking dictator because we're fucking idiots like that. Creating democracy leads to peace and stability in the long run. There's a Truman Doctrine coming again. We have to protect democracy and defend everybody from communism. Why don't we just... Here's a fantastic idea. How about we keep our nose out of everybody else's fucking business?